Goes to show you how long it's been. I still have the tag on this bag. Still plastic on the irons. Kind of pretty out there, huh? Look, there's nothing better than that. First swing of the year. Let's see what we got. Yo! That's like July. Every time I come out here, I just feel like I'm at another place, mentally and physically. If I come here, like nothing else exists except what I'm doing right here. There you go. Just this morning, I happened to be thinking about how is it possible that 3 weeks are going to define this season? Haven't there been so many defining moments? If you step back and truly admit it, this season's been pretty amazing. If it ends before it's supposed to end, then it was an incredible dream that you woke up too early from. And if it ends the way we all hope it ends, it's a fairy tale ending, you know? Maybe it will be. I guess that's what we're gonna find out, huh?
Last week at the University of Connecticut, tranquil campus scenes amid some mild late winter weather offered a contrast to what you might think March Madness looks like here. But in fact, for the school's women's basketball team, an 11-day hiatus between its conference tournament and the start of the NCAA tourney was serving as a calm before the storm. And for the man who's long led the Huskies, the time off presented an opportunity to decompress at home and reflect on how strongly connected he remains to his distinctive past.
Campagna Rosso, so that's the area of Italy that I was born. You know, this is a wine that kind of has the history and the kind of grapes that grow in our area, and a little bit different taste than you would get from, say, some of the Tuscan wines or the Piedmont wines. It's different. This is me, my brother, and my sister, probably right around the time when we came over. We're close to it. And this is what would be a typical Italian picture, okay? Mostly dark clothes, okay? Anybody caught smiling gets shot on sight. So there's no cheese, none of that. They took a picture and you smiled, that's it, we're taking it over again, all right? Look like you're miserable. All right, ready, go, and then you got it. Where I was born, there was a small little village called Mondella. Nobody had a lot of money, if any. And everybody I knew was like that. I guess November 1961, I was 7. My father had come over the year before that. I got a job making candy. So we made the trip, 13 days, across the Atlantic Ocean. We moved into a neighborhood where my father was living with my uncle and my aunt. And they had 3 girls and a boy. And then we moved in with our 3 kids. So you've got 4 adults and 7 kids.
The Auriemma's new home was in Norristown, Pennsylvania, a suburb of Philadelphia. His father went from making candy to cinder blocks, while his mother worked in a rug factory. As for their young son, he fell in love with sports, soccer, baseball, and then basketball, playing his way onto the varsity as a small, scrappy guard at Bishop Kenrick High.
And I think basketball was like a savior to him because that's where he excelled and that's where he felt he could belong and be part of society. You know, we felt very insecure because we didn't belong. We didn't feel part of, you know, what was going on around us. So I'm sure sports for a lot of kids, you know, was a godsend because that's where they went and hung out with their friends.
There were still vestiges of the old country in Norristown, like the Holy Savior Club on East Main Street, where the neighborhood's large block of Italian immigrants congregated, and where the Auriemmas are members in good standing to this day, with old-timers happy to tell you about their favorite son.
Well, we used to say, Gino, go get lunch, Gino. You know, because he was the help, you know. He used to go run around and everything. He used to be a good guy.
The motto in most Italian families, you come to this country, you work hard, you educate yourself, and you get a typical job. You go be a bricklayer, you go be a carpenter, but not a basketball coach. But as we saw his perseverance and his commitment to the sport, we started to kind of understand that this was his passion, something that he was good at.
He's a good coach, and they love him. The girls love him. They listen. This is why they win. They win. They win because whatever he does, it must be something right.
Head up all the time. Don't look down. Head up. Feet moving. See everybody and everything.
Back in Stores, when the Huskies reconvene after a 3-day break for Friday practice, Gino Auriemma has no problem quickly reassuming the familiar edge of his on-court persona.
Hold up! Hold up! What the hell's gotten into you this morning? Shoot the ball when you're open. You guys want to play? You better prove it to me every day out here, or you're not going to play.
He's not the only man in the gym working to push this team to maximum performance. There are also 15 others, the Huskies practice squad, composed of male students who try out every fall for jobs at once grueling and highly coveted.
We need them to have somewhat of a high basketball IQ, and they also need to not have a huge ego. Get her out, B! Get her out! On a daily basis, we expect them to work really hard. That's all we want them to do every day, is to come and just really kick our players' butts.
Get to the middle. Get to the middle. Go, go, go! Don't go backwards. Good. Go. It allows us to simulate things we can't with our own team, and it also allows us to have a kind of a us against them mentality, you know? Good, Kia! Woo! Good! Aggressive, aggressive, aggressive! There's an unselfishness about them. Some of these guys are obviously good enough to play college basketball. You know, they're the unsung heroes of our program. That's a tough shot. Good play.
Definitely the best fundamentals I've ever played against. Like, they know exactly what to do and when to do it. And if we try to take something away, they'll do something else.
It's different. Coming into it, you would think you'd be the best one on the court, but mostly, yeah, they show us how to play.
Good.
What was it, like 30 to like 10 or something? Yeah, another day in the office.
When you're dealing with female athletes, it's just a little bit different. It's good for them to have a challenge at pretty much on a daily basis. If they don't play great, they're gonna lose. So while it looks like we're winning, 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 they constantly fail every day in practice. And that's how they're getting better.
Be active, Lou. That's not active, Lou. Be active.
Ultimately, when his team's up against the practice squad, the coach measures success in terms of effort. And to his dismay today, he considers his players outmatched.
Now, practice should be over right now. They've already decided they don't want to do this anymore. You guys were tired, and it showed. Right? I don't want to see you guys come like we just had a day off, we suck. I don't want to make it harder. You have to make it harder. You got to push, push, push through everything, because when we come back, you got to be ready to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And as you found out, some of you guys, you got to be ready to go 40 minutes. So I don't want to kill you in practice, but at the same time, I don't want to leave here thinking we've lost our edge. Let's go, get in here. Together, 1, 2, 3.
Together! Good job, guys!
There is no doubt always work to do, but it's framed by the reality that they will be the top-seeded team when the brackets come out. With that standing comes other kinds of obligations for the Huskies' 4 biggest stars, like a photo shoot for ESPN the magazine's NCAA tournament preview.
For me and Lou personally, we've never had our makeup done by anyone before, so this is a really cool new experience.
I don't know, I think when Feast and I found out about, like, they can do, like, your makeup and stuff, we were like, yes, would love that.
I was like, wow.
You know, it's always
So pretty.
Here's the before. Oh, yeah.
You look gorgeous.
Yes.
All right,
Thank you.
so here we go.
Nice. Way to go, gang.
Awesome.
In the beginning of the year, people were saying that we were awful. Now they're saying that we're great.
Right there.
There you go.
I don't think you can really listen to outside sources.
If we kind of get involved in that and worry about what people say or read all these articles, you make it more about yourself than your team.
Come on, Fierce, Fierce, Fierce. Defend the ball. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Ah! You went to sleep. You went to sleep again.
When we have days like this, the four of us are going to have as much fun as we can and just appreciate the things we get to do today. It could be really easy to just get sick of each other, but you always want to be around each other. We only want the best for each other, and we're happy when we get to be around each other.
You guys want one more, or are you happy with that?
No! When you're here,
One more? One more?
I hope my mother doesn't get HBO because whatever I'm doing, if I'm not doing it right, she'll be horrified.
No, she's not like that.
And I'll hear about it.
It's good.
It's very simple. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, it's delicious. But it's simple. Flour, right? And then you dip it in egg, and then you put breadcrumbs on it.
Keep the flour in the pan.
It is.
No, it's going to go all over you, and it's going
It
to go all...
doesn't matter.
It is. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep, yep, good,
Do the
good.
rest.
When Gino and Kathy Auriemma first met, it was at a junior college basketball game. He was a player and she a cheerleader. A few years later, while still a student, his coaching career began with a gig as an assistant for a girls' high school team. That led to jobs with women's college programs at St. Joseph's and then Virginia, sandwiched by a stint as a boys' high school assistant back home. Then, UConn came calling with a bigger women's opportunity in 1985.
Oh, gee. My God.
What happened?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
You
It
put it
must
on
have
the wrong
slipped.
shelf. No, you put it on the wrong shelf. Did that not?
Ah,
Honey.
you don't want it up there. I think it's myself.
Amanja.
How is it?
Delicious.
39 years ago, when they got married, they never would have thought they'd end up here in central Connecticut. And even as the years went by and their 3 children, Jenna, Alyssa, and Michael, grew up, it gradually became more and more apparent this was home for the Auriemma family for good, and that moving elsewhere, or even to the men's game, wasn't in their destiny.
When we first started, you weren't thinking about what's going to be like to raise my kids here in Connecticut, because I didn't plan on being here long enough to raise my kids in Connecticut. I never thought that far ahead. From the beginning, everything was about how do we get better every year? How do we, work really, really hard to win the Big East Championship? And 4 years after we started, we did win the Big East Championship. I thought people would be paying attention, to be knocking down your door, and you can pick any place you want to go to coach. But that wasn't the case. That never happened. The opportunity never presented itself. And then when it finally did, it just wasn't the right time.
Naturally, you're thinking that, maybe this is the beginning of something else,
I get asked a lot of times, why didn't I ever make that move or try to make that move to go coach men's basketball? I was pretty happy doing what I was doing.
It's good we stayed. It's good. It was a good decision, don't you think, Chief? It's a great decision.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
you-
Sometimes being stuck in one place isn't bad.
Right.
There comes a point, though, that you can overstay your welcome. I don't ever want it to get to that point, obviously. I want to be the first to know when it's not good anymore, when I can't be my best anymore. And that's not yet.
It's not.
Not yet.
If the week off provides all the Huskies with ample time to themselves, for Gabby Williams, the best escapes are always accompanied by a particular kind of sound.
I've always loved music. Like, the one thing I can talk about forever is music. I feel like now people just put on like a playlist in the background, you don't even actually hear it. You have to flip the vinyl, you have to move the needle. You're like engaged in the actual song. No one listens to albums anymore. Like, no one listens to the entire album. When you listen to an album, it's kind of the way the artist wanted you to hear it. I like screamed when I first opened this. This was actually the original cover. Like, this was supposed to be the album cover for Bad. Biggest Michael Jackson nerd, by the way. If it's a rough day, then I'll listen to like some New Edition on a rough day, because then it just changes. You can't be in a bad mood when you're listening to New Edition. I don't think the young guys get it. They listen to their music digitally, so kids these days. Gosh, what album it describes my game? The way I play is just very different. A lot of people just don't play like me. So this artist is called K Trinata. He's a producer. Like, he doesn't sing or anything. Like, he just makes music. If you listen to it, it's really kind of like futuristic, like jazzy. But if you listen to it, it has like a lot of old school elements. Kind of goes with the rhythm of how I play. Does that not scream Gabby Williams? I can actually play one for you guys.
It's hard to let it go. It's blown away and never will. It seems so much more, so intense. So you never find a way to forget, to be unconditional. You don't have to fight. This is the time to be vulnerable. You just have to walk through that door.
All right, let's go. Down here. One line. Let's go. All right, ready, Gabby? Go. Come on, come on. Come on, Crystal. Go. Go.
Good. Hand up. Good. That's
Good,
run.
good, good. Woo. Good. What the hell was that? Stay arm's length the whole time. Don't body up. Keep them in front. Keep them in front. Keep them in front. Right now, they hate this more than anything in life. And you know the best part about it? It's going to get worse. Take it from him, Sanaya. Take it from him. He can't handle the ball. One hand down. Get it. Come on, come on, come on. Good, good. Woo! 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 Your feet are always moving, because when you're moving, you can keep moving. The minute you go, you're done. You're done as a basketball player. The minute your feet stop moving, you're done. Go!
Practices this close to the tournament amount to final study sessions before the big exam. Today's challenge, it seems, is one of length, as the work will stretch to well beyond the typical duration. A mixture of exhaustive drills and seemingly never-ending lessons.
Making one play isn't going to get it done for you guys right here. You got to make 1, 2, 3. Not one. All right, ready? Here we go. Go, 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 go! Get in the passing lane. Get it, get it. Come on, come on, come on. Be quicker, be quicker. Woo! Get out there, Lou! Come on, Kia!
Push him under.
I'm to the point now where I really don't give a shit who you box out, as long as you box out somebody. I'm tired of watching guys on our team stand in the middle of the lane like this, with nobody near them. Go! Knock something down. Get him. Go, 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 go!
Not behind.
Every practice is getting really, really close to the last time we circle up. When that last time is kind of up to us. How much longer do we want to practice? How much longer do we want to keep playing? How much longer do we want the season to go? In March, it better be the best it's ever been. This is not January basketball at UConn. This is March basketball at UConn. And it has a completely different tone to it. A completely different look, feel, everything. Because if it looks the same as it did in January, then you know what? We might as well just end it right now. When the brackets come out, the only thing everybody's saying is, I want another shot at UConn. I want another crack at them. So whatever we did to beat those teams, we're going to do it even better this time around. So we got a little bit better today, and we'll be a little bit better tomorrow. Good job today. Let's go. Together. 1, 2, 3. Together. The only place I think we're going to get beat, consistently get in trouble, offensive rebounds, because that's where the fouls come to. We have a bunch of guys on our team that can't guard anybody man-to-man. So what are we going to do about that?
When we do get caught in bad situations with or one of the guards down low, I'm amazed at how oblivious Gabby and Fee are, or even Lou, to not know to get her out. We know the guys on our team that get beat. I'm not sure. I don't understand why they're not helping more, why they don't know that it's going to happen and then anticipate it and then make a play. We just seem to get caught on it a lot.
Was it last year or the year before? When we, like middle of January, early February, we were like, what's wrong with our offense? We can't generate offense the way we did before. Like, we come down the floor, 1, 2, 3 passes max, we want a shot up. And all of a sudden, turnovers went down, scoring went up, everything changed.
Yeah.
We're gonna constantly have situations that are a little bit dicey until we can fix it.
Late on Monday, with a week now gone by since their last game, the Huskies reconvene at the practice facility to find out what the schedule will bring them next. They'll watch the selection show like everyone else, and together anticipate how a road to a 5th straight national championship could unfold.
I absolutely marvel at the job that Geno Auriemma has done with this team. When you consistently exceed the expectation, when you are the expectation, it's just been a phenomenal regular season performance for the Huskies.
I just have a higher opinion of my players than they have of themselves. But when I put the mirror to their face, we're going to find out whether or not you have what it takes to warrant that opinion.
Whoa, that was some serious shit right there. Damn, take that.
Just an interested observer, you know, like watching kids get excited a little bit. Other than that, though, after today, it gets interesting.
Here we go, ladies. Here we go. If you picked UConn as the #1 overall seed coming into this tournament, you were right. We're revealing the 1 seed one at a time, and we start with the Bridgeport side of the bracket. And UConn, you are the #1 overall seed. No surprise there. This is the 8th time Connecticut enters the tournament undefeated. They've gone on to win it all in 6 of the previous 7 instances. And who will they get? The 16th seed in Albany.
The truth is that very little about tonight is a surprise. They knew they'd be a top seed, and that their first 2 games would be at home. But for a team trained to consider only 1 game at a time, it's nonetheless impossible not to start thinking about all that could lie ahead.
This is the first tournament in a while where I'm really paying attention to this one. All right.
Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.
The past never goes away. It always remains a part of you, wherever you go, whatever you become. Long before they were even alive, he began an unlikely journey that teaches how much you can shape your own path, how little where you start has in common with where you finish.
Doesn't matter. We won a national championship being the #1 seed, and we lost a national championship being the #1 seed. So the team that's great every night has the best chance of winning, and so you have to be great every night. That's all there is to it.
Now, once again, his team starts its path in March at the top, carrying a streak and a legacy as remarkable and formidable as any in sports. The lesson he's imparted over and over again is how little that matters. But their objective remains, in this case, to make the future look just like the past.